Hey, this is SoCal Bob in the car, the hot car. I'm in the hot box today. I tell you, look at this. Look, you can't believe it. Watch this. Look. Can you see that? 110. 110. Now, I'm not in Montana. Montana. I'm not in Arizona or Palm Springs or some Death Valley area. This is downtown Baldwin Park. Beautiful bedroom community. In that burger, kids going to the park and swinging on the swings and burning their skin off their legs on the slide. I guess they don't have metal slides anymore. You know why? So, I never wore shorts anyway. So even with Levi's on, you'd be. So I'm always getting these little insights, and that's why I share with you. If you tune in to SoCal Bob, you're going to get some little insights. I think that TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, I think that they govern these things because, you know, if you look at how many people are following me, there's thousands of people following me, but who tunes in regularly? Not as many. I was just in the store, and the little gal there at the register at Smart and Final, you're the candy, I remember you. And she starts smiling and getting all excited. I'm like, yeah, hi there, good to see you. Thanks a bunch. And I thought, what is the thing? Why is it that I seem so joyful and so ready to go? Well, it's because everybody else is so depressed and downcast and negative and beating themselves up and beating up other people and carrying this heavy burden and just ready to rip someone's head off and put people down, just block people. There's a current set of messages that I'm hearing that say to children that your parents suck, your parents are terrible, your parents ought to be taken out, and so the best answer for you is just get out the old knife or Rooney and just cut them off. That's the healthy thing to do. Have good boundaries. No, I think that it's better to heal. My children all have gripes with me. They also have a lot of blessings with me. So it's both. Because life is not perfect. If you didn't get the message, if you didn't read the Instagram, if you didn't read hear the TikTok, if you didn't read the fine print, life is never going to be perfect. No parent, no supervisor, no pastor, no leader, no friend, no lover, no wife, no husband, no pet. Nothing is going to be perfect. Oh yeah, it's been perfect. Not a smidge of temperature. Remember Zuzu and Wonderful Life? Not a smidge of temperature. Yeah, right. Well, I can be lighthearted and I can be free because I don't depend upon. I just cooked a lunch at Bethany School and with the other parents, and one of the parents was like pretty much adamantly against what I was doing. No, that. So I was like, and then, so I said, okay, whatever. I wanted to have garlic toast. They didn't want garlic. They wanted to have just plain cold bread. And I thought, well, they gave us butter. They gave us garlic powder. They gave us, all the stuff. Why not make garlic toast? And I like garlic toast. Lots of Parmesan cheese, the whole thing. Oh no. So, it's interesting how that all worked out. It did work out because I didn't get too excited. So, okay, my identity was not wrapped up in garlic toast. I was willing to say, okay, I cry uncle, you win, it's okay. And they ended up switching out all the bread. So I had an extra basket of garlic toast and buttered bread for the kids. And so it all worked out. And going forward, just day by day, moment by moment, I believe that the reason that I stand out so much is not because of anything other than I'm not carrying a huge steamer trunk, as they used to say, huge steamer trunk, a big box, a little ship-it container. I'm not loaded down with all of this stuff. I'm not loaded down with all the stuff. So I appear to be lighter than air, happy, happy, happy. I'm not spending hours on end trying to... So there's a reason behind what C.S. Lewis said in Mere Christianity as far as the new men. The reason we seem to have a lot of time on our hands, the reason we seem happy the most, all these reasons go back to the basic, bottom line, undisputed fact that if you're not carrying, there's an old song in the 60s, 14 times, and there was this guy that was just working. That, men back there, just working, head down, gritting their teeth, sweating, veins are bursting, they just work until they drop. Then the foreman hires somebody else to come in on the chain gang. Well, people live life like that. Like, I've gotta grind it out. I not only have to pull up my bootstraps, but I gotta, put on a good front. I've got to do all this extra beyond to make sure that I'm tough, rough, and that's just not needed. Because Jesus paid it all to my own. Sin had left a crimson stain. He washed it white as snow. So if I'm walking around white as snow, burden-free, debt is paid. If let's say I owed $10,000. I had to pay back this $10,000. And they only gave me, 11 months to do it. How am I going to do that? I mean, how am I going to pay back $11,000 in 10 months? I mean, it's like, that's more than $1,000. That's like, how do you... So guess what? You'd have to really take some radical measures. You'd really have to, just do beyond the regular, well, I'll throw I won't get a cup of coffee this week. That's going to take a lot more than that to come up with an extra $1,100, $1,200 a month. It can take a lot more. And it's going to be tough. You're going to be stressed out. But if someone just came in and said, hey, I'm paying that debt. You don't have to pay the debt, and I'm going to give you an extra $2,000 every month. So all of a sudden you're like, wow. Maybe I don't have to suck the marrow out of every single purchase. Maybe I can breathe a little here. Maybe I can just put my shoulders back. Maybe I can loosen my collar and just become a regular guy that's just having a good day. What a wild idea. And sure enough, you end up looking like Mr. Casual because everything's taken care of. Well, in the spiritual realm, that's exactly where we are. In the spiritual realm, that's where we are. We are free as a bird. Beatles wrote a song like that, free as a bird. And so since we're so free, we don't have to carry all the burdens. We don't have to be lifting up all the weights. And we're motivated by love rather than duty. And earlier today, I was asked to take care of something. So I did what I was asked to do, plus I added some more on. And not more on, I added more on. Got to be careful when you're blending those words together, huh? So, I threw in extra. on top of what I was supposed to do. And the person wrote back and said, was this a mistake? Did you done do a mistake? You might have been mistaken. It was only, I said, no, I just threw some in just for fun, just to, make you happy, give you a nice time. For me? So, yeah. They said thanks, and so it worked out. I got a couple points there for this person's not driving very well. Now they're figuring it out. They got some kind of problem there, huh? All right. All right. Well, that's it for now. Just if you walk around light and breezy and fun and carefree, then you know what? You're going to have a much better life. You're going to look good when you're 68, 69, 70, 75, 85, 90. You're going to be looking good. If you're carrying the burdens of the world on your shoulders and you just got a chip on your shoulder and you're constantly irritated with people, no one's going to want to talk to you. Just, ooh. Let's not be, ooh. Let's be, good to see ya. Like that little girl at the Smart and Final. Yeah, I remember you. Hi. It's like, why are people so nice? And the Lord told me, because I'm free. I'm not carrying around or spreading a bunch of toxic anger. Let's try it. Amen? Amen.